Brilliance Audio presents Clouds and Eclipses, the collected short stories by Gore Vidal, performed by Emily Sutton-Smith and Christopher Lane. The Zenner Trophy.
Well, I'll be damned. Flynn sat up straight, his large square hands clenched into two useful and dangerous-looking fists. Mr. Beckman trembled. "You must remember that the principal was only doing his duty. You were caught, and you were expelled. Don't you feel your parents deserve some sort of explanation?" "No, I don't. Not like that, anyway. It's no way of getting back at me. I earn my own way. I can go to any school I want on a scholarship, or I can turn pro tomorrow and make 10 times the money that fool principal makes. But why, I want to know, does somebody who doesn't even know me go out of his way to make such a mess for my family?"
"I'm sure it's not a deliberate persecution," said Mr. Beckman dryly. "And you should have thought of all that when you did what you did. There are certain rules of conduct, which must be obeyed, and you obviously forgot—"
"Oh, shut up!"
Mr. Beckman had a dizzy sense that he was falling. Only with great effort did he get to his feet, saying shakily, "If you're going to take that tone with me, Flynn, I see no point in—"
"I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Come on, sit down."
And Mr. Beckman sat down, his authority gone. He could no longer predict the direction this conversation would take, and he was actually relieved that the initiative was no longer his.
"You see how I feel, don't you?"
"Yes," said Mr. Beckman. "I do." And unhappily he did. Not only was he sympathetic, he was partisan, hopelessly identified with the other. He shuddered at the thought of the meeting between son and parents, and tried to think of what would happen. Would she have a stroke? Would she weep? "If there's anything I might do," he began. Flynn smiled. "No, I don't think there's anything to be done. Thanks. I guess it was probably too much to expect. That they'd keep it quiet. But what about the rest of the school? Is the principal going to get up in chapel and tell the whole story?" "Oh, no. His plan is to say nothing at all to the students. He's instructed the faculty to keep absolutely quiet." "Well, that's good news. But they're going to be wondering why Sawyer and I didn't graduate, why we left just a week before commencement." He paused, then, "What are they going to do about the trophy?" "I don't know. Since they can't give it to you, they're in rather a spot. If they re-award it, that will draw attention to the fact that you've been expelled. I have a hunch they won't give it at all this year." And Mr. Beckman chuckled, totally aligned against the school which until an hour ago he had so much admired and had so sincerely longed to serve. "I guess that's their worry now," said Flynn. "Were they pretty shocked?" "Who?" "The faculty, all the ones who knew me, like the coaches I worked with. What did they say?" "No one said much of anything. I think they were all surprised. You were just about the last person anyone would have expected to be involved like this. I'm afraid I was rather surprised, too," he added shyly, waiting. But Flynn only snorted and looked out the window at the tower of the administration building, red brick against blue sky. At last he said, "I guess there is something wrong with me, Mr. Beckman, because I can't for the life of me see what business it is of anyone else what I do." This was not at all what Mr. Beckman had anticipated. Identified as he was with Flynn, he still found it difficult to accept the curious amorality of this attitude. He took a firm line. "You must realize," he said as gently as possible, "that we are all guided by a system of conduct formulated and refined by many centuries. Should this system, or any important part of it, be destroyed, the whole complex structure of civilization would collapse." Yet even as he said these familiar words, he realized that they were, in this case at least, irrelevant, and he noticed dispassionately that Flynn was not listening to him. "And so you see," he concluded to the boy's back. That when you do something as basically wrong as what you've done, you'll have all of organized society down on you and you'll be punished. Maybe so. Flynn straightened up, holding his armor, his weapons in his hands. But I still don't see why what I want to do should ever be anybody's business except my own. After all, it doesn't affect anybody else, does it?